damage is 2d4 plus 3.
What is my AC? That does not hit.
That does not hit.
Woo!
All right,
Yeah.
you feel the wind of the jaw of the oversized jaws snap behind you as you jump on the horse. Now you are free of the horse.
Let's go to here. It is going to double boomerang this one.
Double boomerang.
Double
Go.
boomerang.
Double rainbow.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing.
Y'all are rolling champions tonight. Jeez. Yeah, both hit.
And I like that they're both hitting damage.
Yep. Well, that's.
They were both 4 plus 2.
Anything
Boomerang
else,
of
Brip?
hitting. Nope.
Okay.
The boomerang of hitting is going to do hitting damage.
So that brings it back to the top of the round.
All right. Oglis is going to go ahead and summon a thorn whip to Wolfie right there.
Okay.
It did not do the
Yeah,
roll.
that's one of the ones that you have to go into the spell book and actually switch it to being attack.
Right. Instead of just the spell card coming up.
Yep.
Thanks, roll 20.
Hit try.
Uh,
You might just want to roll a d20.
Yep.
Yeah. And it'll be plus.
Well, hey,
I was going to say.
There we
Nice.
go.
that's what we like to see.
So he moves 10 feet closer.
And
Yep.
takes 2d6 damage.
Yep.
1d6.
2d6, he critted.
Oh, true.
Nice.
Nice.
7 damage.
Yep. And then for my bonus attack, I would like to call on my War Priestess, and I'm going to do a nice divine uppercut as a bonus action.
Okay. That will miss. Even as these creatures are standing still, you go to swing, and their bodies are shifting and moving. Even as they stop running, their bodies continue to shift and move almost erratically. And you go to swing down, and you swing through one of the blurs of these creatures have.
Okay.
So they're blurry and gelatinous.
Yes.
You can see it's starting to slow down. When they were first moving, that blur was very quick, aiding them in not getting hit. Although you guys are on your game tonight, however, it's starting to slow down as their movement has subsided. Artoria.
Athy, I'm going to continue assisting our new mushroomy friend. I'm just going to run up on this side. We are using flanking, right?
Yes.
Double checking. Alright. For a whack. That's gonna be a smite. Because you can call those after you roll.
Truth.
So, that's gonna be 23 damage plus. If I click this, will it just do the thing? Nothing happened. Nobody else saw the divine smite pop up, right?
I
Nope.
see nothing. Wait. Nope.
I'm
see nothing.
hearing it.
Is it moving ever so slightly, but not actually do anything for anybody
Yeah,
else?
That's
like
exactly what happened.
Okay.
It's
Glad it wasn't just me.
We're about to have like 17 to.
Roll
Pop up.
20.
There we go. Here we go, everyone.
Oh lord! All right, you know what? We're just gonna do that.
There we
Yeah.
go. Wait, 48. Wow, nice roll. 25.
Jesus.
Woohoo.
So that's 23
48
plus
damage.
20, 48.
Mhm.
You're a
Whack.
monster.
I am muted 5 ways to Sunday. Delete it from your spellbook and re-add it.
Gotcha.
But yeah, holy shit,
Hello,
that's a
Cassie.
lot of damage.
Well, that is some deep cleavage.
Do you have a bonus action?
Nobody's taken too much damage, right? Except the horse.
I mean,
Yeah,
horse.
just the horse.
I'm not going to increase the horse's AC. I don't think that'll help.
You'd be surprised.
I mean, actually, you know what? I'll compel duel that one.
Ooh.
Fancy.
Yeah.
The better question: after 50 plus points of damage, that wolf's still there, huh?
Yep.
Yikes.
He's looking pretty hurt. That last wound is having a very normally the wounds are closing right away. And the blades are slipping through them and they're immediately. This one is flopping.
Eesh, floppy.
So it's like Slimer after eating food.
Mm.
Oh,
Well, I
Not
don't
bad.
think that was what you're aiming for.
nope. I'm
Okay, so you've compelled duel against the other
The
one.
one eating the horse, yeah. That's
Okay.
the spell card for it. Wisdom save.
So now it is their turn, and as they begin their turn, because this one has something grappled. Do this whenever it has someone grappled once a turn. It is going to use its transfusion ability.
that doesn't sound good.
Where to go if it makes another one?
So it's going to, as a free action, because it has something grappled, absorb some health. The horse fucking falls over as you watch blood being pulled out of it through those tendrils. Watch what wounds this creature had start to heal.
I tried.
Now it is going to disengage. Go. Over here. And this one, because you just took a bite out of it, is going to take a bite out of you. With advantage, because pack tactics.
Oh boy. This is what I'm made for.
Whoops. Shouldn't have rolled that. Whatever. Roll 20, you're killing me. 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
No!
You suffer 2 plus 3. Okay, and now it is also going to transfusion and siphon some life.
Is that? I assume that's just piercing.
That is 14 points of necrotic damage as your blood is pulled out of you.
That gets halved.
Well, he still recovers
Yeah.
health. As you watch as that wound you left that wasn't closing at first. And you are grappled.
Fuck.
Rogue,
Well, that's not good at all.
you have a dying horse and dying Artoria.
I'm not quite a half yet.
She looks fine. I mean, how bad could it be? So, we will ride up in here with my lance, and we will attack with flanking advantage.
Get a square closer.
Oh, are they only 5 foot? Sorry.
They're 10 feet by their body.
Okay. He stops 10 feet. He charges at 10 feet past
however
and
long
attacks.
they are.
Yeah. But flanking and then lynching. Yeah. And then because they is so long, he is furious, and he applies his furiosity of the small for an additional 4 points of damage.
Okay, this one is looking pretty beat up, as you all have been carving through him.
And that is the sum total of my actions.
Okay, snap.
Which one currently has Artoria grappled?
This one.
Wunderbar. That one.
And you can also see that because it hasn't moved recently, that blurring, shifting effect has ended.
Awesome. So. Yeah, that horse is on the ground, bleeding. What do I look like, a healer? Nope. Actually, I'm going to move the 25 feet to there for the flank with our mushroom dwarf. Wind is also going to do so. And Wind is going to use his action for the help action.
Okay.
And I'm going to see how it likes a nice firm handshake. Ignore the sneak attack, but 16.
16 hits.
For 2 lightning damage.
And what's the other effect of Shocking Grasp?
No, it can't take reactions
Good to know.
until the start of its next turn.
Okay, good to know.
Yep.
Prudence.
Okay, since these two things are right next to each other, boomerangs are gonna do a whole lot. So she's gonna have her boomerangs and just hold them out of their sides and almost scissor them across. So this the on-hand one is going to this guy.
Okay.
And the offhand one is going.
Oh
to the other
no!
one.
Oh no!
But then they're gonna go back again. So one for each, because they were crisscrossing each other around everybody and back, because she avoids all
Okay,
cover.
so this one takes 3 damage. There's the boomerang. Okay, so it does not matter if it hits or misses. That guy takes 8. It's good to know.
Well, that was very interesting.
Complete flops into a critical hit.
Artoria
Artificers,
once
everyone.
again is narrowly not hit.
It's just bouncing off your armor.
The boomerangs are just whizzing through everybody. And then back
You hit
into
me
her
again, I
hands.
break those.
I like to imagine the crits hit the 2 heavy armor wearers both, and then hit the 2 monsters.
Pinballed.
Bonk, 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 bonk.
Ding, 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 ding. August.
Okay. Seeing that my new friend is being hurt very badly at this point, I'm going to let out a loud yell and do wild shape. But as a druid of the spores, it's a symbiotic entity, and my spores, my mushrooms basically grow. And this is the.
Oh no, it is all happening again.
So I get 4 temp HP,
Okay.
and I add 1d6 poison damage to my attacks for 10 minutes.
I love
or a
sport
matter.
drugs. They're so cool. All right.
Or my
So
Sunday game.
that was absolutely terrifying for me to witness.
or
Hey guys, remember when you walk through an area that were turning people into monsters?
Also, it's 5 temporary hit points per level of the class.
So
oh, okay. So I have 8 because I'm 2 for my druid.
Yes.
10. 5
Oh.
per. 5
Oh,
temp
I thought it was
per-
4. Okay.
Nope.
I'll take 10. So with that, and then as a reaction, I get to throw spores in their face.
okay, there's
as
some
well.
spores.
Which that's going to be my reaction if they come after me. I'm going to just do the wild shape, and then smash down with my warhammer on good old guy right in front of me.
Okay, smash. Miss.
No. Wait,
Once again, you-
advantage?
Flanking?
Flanking?
You're currently grappled. I'm gonna say no.
I'm
You're
not-
Artoria. The flanking person's also
With
flanking.
the bird.
The bird was already. The help action was already used.
The other bird.
You're not between the two.
It's not in that spot. It's only
Oh.
occupying those spots.
Okay.
It's hard to make this creature look at someone when its head is tilted off to the side, but it's currently its body's this way.
Okay.
Okay. I missed, but I have my reaction ready if they try to attack me.
Artoria, you are being drank.
Everything hurt.
Everything hurt.
This is why you should never fight after hatching a dwarven breer. You get drank.
Yeah, let's try this one because kind of like panic mode. I am going to use Necrotic Shroud.
Okay. So I need. Oh, that needs snapped things.
Nah, it's 5. No, it is 10 feet.
It is 10 feet. I
Or
need
actually-
Oglin, Snap,
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Wind, and both of these guys to make wisdom saving throws.
Actually, Charisma save.
Oh, Charisma?
Yeah.
Oh, that's way worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, snap!
Hell yeah. Oh, that's a minus. Oh.
Augie, not so much.
No. Oh no.
Well, so the question then becomes seeing
What's
him
the number to beat?
shrouding. No, seeing him shrouding in
Question 13.
all the necrosis. I have a reaction to absorb elements. Can I?
This is not a attack. This is her necrotic
Fear
shroud,
effect.
her wings, her broken skeletal fallen wings sprout out from her back, and a wave of fear emulates out of her. So this one is frightened. This one is not. So I will put a. Where's the scared face? There's the scared face. So the number to beat was 13. So yeah, only that one failed.
Anything charisma, I fail.
And
So
you can
you
dex
are
save
also-
too.
You are also feared until I believe the end of Artoria's next turn.
Yes.
Okay. And all of your attacks now do a
Additional necrotic damage.
additional necrotic damage. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, it takes an action to use. So,
Okay. So it is now their turn, and both of them are going to chomp I will do the one with disadvantage, but because pack tactics, it rounds out to just a straight roll. So first is the feared one.
It doesn't have to run away.
No, not with necrotic shroud. It's just a straight fear effect.
Mhm. It can't get any closer, but it's already point blank.
It's mostly for the necrotic damage. I believe a 15.
Yeah, 15 misses.
And now for the one that's already got you grappled. Advantage. Nope. However, he is going to drain. And you'll take 7 more points of necrotic damage. He will heal for 15. As you are siphoned life essence. But now neither of them have moved. That's shifting to them. And it is Rogue's turn.
Come on, Paladins, we must get to a more advantageous location. Anyway, charging down into about this area, where we'll be flanking with the other bird. Then we shall attack this fella right here.
Yes, you may.
With the advantage. Lancing. Yes.
That's great. Jesus.
Yeah.
You guys know there's other numbers besides 20, right?
I am somewhat aware of this thing you were saying.
I don't know. Sounds like blasphemy to me.
Oh, he's looking real hurt.
Sensing that we may be able to go in for the kill, we will use the action surge and attack once more.
All right, action surge away.
With the advantage.
The advantage.
18.
18 hits. His AC is lowered because he hasn't moved. How do you want to do this?
Well, this is a charging motion. A quick thrust to the face, a little scramble of those tongues around, whip a few of them away from Artoria, and then the lance has to swing up and around other fellow who is still threatening.
Okay, so as you drive the lance in, you stab once, you pull back, you stab a second time. As it goes through one of the tongues and up the bottom of the head, you watch as the whole body begins to quiver and shake and start to dissolve and melt and just lay out into a thick puddle of goo.
Prudence, hurry with the extractor. It's trying to get away.
This one is thoroughly dead. And that brings us to Snap.
Let's next verse same as the first. Wind's going to come in, help action for that sweet advantage. I am going to short sword the little bastard.
Fun. Good news, your horse isn't dying.
It's not my horse.
Hey, Isoba, when you is done relieving yourself in the bush, perhaps you could take care of that horse?
Anyhow, 15 hit.
15 does hit.
Sweet, it'll take 15 points of damage.
Takes 15 points of damage. And if this one now, too, is starting to look rather rough.
And there's not anything really for me to bonus action hide, so yeah.
Okay.
Boomerangs for days.
Boomerangs for days. You didn't hit Artoria this time. Both hit.
Woo. Thwap.
So that is and 1 damage. Whack. Uglis.
Okay, so I am scared
You are scared.
of the reverence of Artoria.
Oh yeah, no one informed you of this, did they?
It's okay. Being of my nature, knowing that he's been suckled on a little too much, I'm going to say some nice words towards Artoria to attempt to heal him.
Okay, roll your healing words.
I don't think that's how that works.
I do not think you rolled a hit.
No, nope. It
No,
did it again.
click the word healing words in the chat bar.
Stinking stuff. There we go.
Okay, you heal for 5.
Hell yeah, bumps me over the halfway.
I got you, Sean.
Level 4. Level 4. Do you have any actions?
Nope. I'm scared, so I'll just stay put.
Okay. Artoria, you are not grappled anymore, as the thing that had you grappled is currently melting. There's still one alive, and it still sets you off that it's still alive.
I'm gonna move around to flank,
Okay, you move around flank.
and I'm gonna just smack. Do as I do. Whack.
Good
Whack.
smack.
Fuck it, put an smite into it.
Smite.
Might be worth it.
Smite. You also have your necrotic damage from your shroud.
Yeah. So 4 of that is radiant, 4 of that is necrotic. Because I rolled.
Good to know. Okay. Yes. He's looking real rough, but he's still standing.
Well, that is a stubborn wolf.
And now surrounded. Fear ends, right?
Yes.
It's gonna turn. Doesn't have survival instincts. It's just gonna try to bite whatever it can. So that's gonna be you, Snap. Believe that misses.
By a long shot.
You just kind of
Snap's just
step
going to
back out of the way as its jaw is this massive jaw, which is almost opens to as large as you are. It just snaps in front of you.
Yep,
No,
Snap's
back.
just going to make the same like guttural growling screech sound that they made.
Rogue, you're up.
Well, that is some fairly unpleasant noise. As he passes behind Artoria, and then once even with Snap, strikes towards the wolf flanking.
Stab the wolf.
Maybe. Yeah,
You
we
sure snab the wolf.
We will stab the wolf.
How do you want to do this?
Well, this is a special version of the tongue removal service done from the rear.
You just you give this wolf the worst proctology visit it's ever had.
And since I know that the last one tried to discorporate on us, I quickly take the shish kebabed wolf and start rushing over towards
As
Prudence.
your lance passes through it, even as it's just piercing, you watch as the body and flesh just slaw off into a puddle.
Well, oh no. Prudence, make this stuff go in the bag. Or the essence. Poke it with a I don't know what to do.
And that will end combat, so whatever y'all want to do.
Can you?
You have
Can you extract from slime?
You can certainly try.
There's vials. Just scoop.
It's a special thinger.
As you go to take the wristband and push the needle into it, you watch as into one of the puddles you're looking into, 3 slits on either side of the puddle.
In the puddle?
In the puddle.
Or slits open.
You notice that the slits are similar to the way its eyes looked as it was looking at you guys.
Put the eyes in the vials.
That's
Are
cool.
there rolls I have to do for the extractor?
I do not believe so. I believe the extractor just works.
Snap is going to go stabilize the horse.
Go stabilize the horse. Oh, by the way.
Nope.
Horse is stabilizing itself, though. You jab the needle into it, and you still hear from puddle.
Well, that is a stubborn creature right there.
But you watch as the extractor, the runes around the leather band start to all start to light up, and you see this inky red liquid start to fill the vial in strands.
Interesting.
And you pull it back, and you have a vial of question mark.
Will be
My
labeled
favorite kind of vial.
as squishy.
I would like you to
Gelatinous.
roll a Arcana check.
18.
Ow, wow. Sorry.
These are split wolves. And that's odd to you. Split wolves are what happens when a dire wolf gets its maw on some particularly corrupted flesh. They become these horrible, grotesque monstrosities that exist purely on their own. And it is said, now you can kind of see this in action, that you can't particularly kill a split wolf that easily. They tend to regenerate.
Should we set their puddles on fire?
At this point, Isoba starts to catch up. You all left me behind!
Well, you're gonna have to learn to pee a little quicker.
As he comes running down the
August,
pathway.
August will step forward and offer to light them ablaze if that is what we wish.
You
Would
may...
Would she know? Would she know whether fire would help?
With an 18, yeah, fire will do the trick. If there's no remains to grow back, then there's no way to regenerate.
Well, before you go and set this potentially valuable resource on fire, perhaps we should fill a few more vials.
But we need vials for other things too, don't we?
Well, the vials can always be emptied, I think. I'm not entirely sure how this
You
particular...
have 5 empty vials. You notice that the vials that go into the extractor are the same as the ones used for standard healing potions and other...
So we could just
Potion.
pick up vials.
You can
So just-
pick up vials.
So just like cork the one we have and
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Well, so according to what was said earlier, they regenerate. If we put it in a vial, these are bigger than vials. They could just break out.
Well,
Yes,
the
but I-
extractor.
The
pulls out
extractor
the
doesn't
excess
take
of
the
it.
body, it takes essence. It takes
Okay.
very small amounts. You don't think that the essence of it will turn into a split wolf. You think these the main host of it will.
Yes.
Okay.
And I angry regenerate.
So, am I lighting them on fire?
Yes, please.
Sure.
I
And
will-
you
having
you
a
can
BB
change
side,
that question mark to Essence of Split Wolf.
Yes. And she'll get the other one too, because it's there.
Okay, you have 2
Next
vials.
2 X's.
and then I'll use Sacred Flame on both of them.
And Isoba will come over and cast Create Bonfire on the other one. And together you, with a bit of effort, as even the puddled dead forms of these creatures try to resist the flames. You see them wriggle and shift before finally...
Well, I suspect that is a fine. We
And
should...
as you're burning, your horse starts to get up with 1 hit point.
Oh my god, the absolute mad lad.
I'm going to pat the horse on the butt.
He made 3 death saving throws. Last one being a natural 20.
Mhm.
Keep that horse alive forever.
That is
I
the
think it
one that is
deserves a
going to
name.
get barding first.
I think that's the one. If I'm correct in my placement, that's the original horse that you had.
Uh-huh.
Uglis at this time will look around and ask if anyone needs healing.
And he's healing.
Kenku's going to make a horse whinny.
Okay, I'll cast Cure Wounds on Artoria.
Okay, cure your wounds away.
All right. Let's see if this one works. It probably won't, but we'll try it. Nope. All right, D8 plus 5. You get 8 health.
Nice.
You also have, those 20 points of lay on hands you can probably burn.
I'm doing. I figured he was gonna heal the horse. So I shall do that.
You go over and you lay on hands.
Just like a way to go, champ. Put 5 points of health into the horse.
Horse has 6 health. It's halfway there.
Is that the horse's name now? Champ.
It is now.
Trust me, if Snap had a healing potion, he would have shoved it down that horse's gullet already.
At least it's not a name like Wizard.
I feel that was a pointed reference to a particular steed of magnificence and nobility. However, is this a red flower or is it a splattered corpse?
That is flower.
Okay. Is it a particularly valuable flower?
It's flower. It's growing out of a bush. It's got thorns. It's got thorns.
Does it turn people invisible?
No. No, it's flower.
Oh. I has found a flower. You're welcome. And then
2 thumbs up.
If you want to make a nature check.
Snap's going to motion that you bring one of the flowers over to him.
I will attempt to naturalize this flower. Well, yes, this is a red flower of the red variety.
It also has medicinal properties.
As you may or may not be aware, this is excellent for curing cramps.
It's actually really good components for healing potions.
As well as making red healing potions. This does the color red.
Well, they wanted some of that.
You can make that into a salve for curing poisons inside wounds. You can turn it into a disinfectant, or if you have enough of it, you grind it and alchemy a healing potion out of it.
Has any of you the gardener's thumb?
I do.
Says the giant mushroom.
That's the giant garden.
Well, perhaps you should be the one to decide how best to harvest this plant, whether it is of the yank out the ground variety or perhaps transplantable.
Okay. Show me where you found it.
Well, it's that red bit just over there. Can you see color?
In real life, I'm colorblind.
Oh,
Oh shit!
But
You done fucked up, kids.
Oh, Jesus.
my dwarf is not.
I have.
There is absolutely no need to apologize.
You know,
Way to be so insensitive.
I thought my toes would taste funny, but once I got down to the heel, this area up here.
Hard to beat your way out of that one, Casey.
It's not like I'm missing an eyeball. I'm just colorblind.
I got nothing.
All right, I will harvest as much of the red flower as you will.
Roll with your alchemy kit. I will say, go with wisdom. Wisdom and proficiency.
Oof.
Very good. You managed to clip the bottom of this bushel of plants without losing any of the petals and all of the wonderful flowers, which are what actually makes it, and without gathering any of the area that starts to become root. Root is poisonous.
Okay. About how many flowers or petals?
You have approximately, in that bushel, you have about 10 gold worth of materials to make a healing potion.
Okay.
You
And you
mentioned
can
the roots are poisonous?
The roots are poisonous.
Was that stated out loud?
It could have been.
Being a man of my stature and knowledge of plants, I will let people know not to mess with the
This
roots.
is a particular plant called the auger lily. It is very beautiful, but the roots look like small drills, and when ground up are ingested, are highly poisonous.
So contact is like it's not a contact poison, it is an ingested poison.
It is a poison of the bloodstream.
So ingested.
Ingested.
Wunderbar. Snap will make motions to grab those.
Okay.
But the flower on very potent medicine. And the thorns are particularly painful, but you didn't cut yourself on those, as you rolled 20. And Snap, if you gather, you have about 5 gold worth of.
Can I just take the whole damn plant?
Just yoink.
I mean, he has the top of the plant.
Cool. I'll take what's left.
Okay, so you rip out the roots, so you have 5 gold worth of material to make poisons with.
Five. Root. 4 poison. boys.
So after the combat in extracting essence, what time would we say it is?
You're watching the sun start to creep. Just out of sight. It's getting very dark.
As a aside, Snap is going to motion to Prue about kind of doing a large rectangle, indicating that he wants some of the canvas.
I'm not sure she'd get that from Tingle.
He'll make the sounds of cloth rubbing against cloth. Just that kind of scratchy sound while making the motion again.
And she will fetch one of the bolts out of the bag.
Cool. He's going to cut off a few square yards. Actually, yeah, 3 square yards worth of the canvas.
9 feet?
Yeah. And what he's going to do is he's going to take some of the dirt where that plant was at, and he's essentially going to make a little stump in a bag with dirt from its native area. Kind of bundle it up, tie it.
Just roll a nature check for me.
Where's that button? There's that button.
Okay, you have a stump in a bag.
Yeah.
We will see how it takes.
Figured it grew here. Some of the dirt that was with it should come with it. And going to hand it to Prue to put into the bag.
Uh-huh.
It's a very needy Kenku.
Well, she's the one who has the bag of holding. We didn't get a cart.
Well, Prue, you would know with the bag of holding, there is no, air in the bag of holding?
10 minutes worth of oxygen in there for a medium-sized creature.
Yes, but there's no carbon dioxide for a plant. Sorry.
That was so fucking. I love
Fuck it, the Kenku will live in there for a few minutes.
Kenku just occasionally breathes into the bag.
She'll
Anytime
look at it and be like, things tend to not live in these sort of bags.
Kenku just shrugs, motions for it back then.
Hey, Payton, remember what we were talking about about bags of holding if you went to the astral plane?
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
you're just flying through and seeing a plant just hanging out.
Yo, is that just a fucking plant? Zoom.
Sure, I would recommend we make camp and turn in for the evening as it is fair.
I concur.
A splendid plan.
As Artoria, yanks a needle out of her side.
Isoba, can you
Stupid
create
fucking
for
tough.
us a bonfire?
Isoba does start a fire. Are you just camping right off the side of the road?
I mean, unless there's something more obvious, I would think near-ish the road gives visibility and that sort of stuff.
I'm just asking if anyone's going to make anyone's going to find something any better. But no, you can settle
I
down.
will try to find a better campsite. As the
Yeah.
GM is constantly pushing us to.
No, I'm just seeing if anyone's doing it.
Anyone want to help
perhaps-
me?
And perhaps split a deer in half.
Yes. Well,
And perhaps split a deer in half. Because the one thing you guys didn't buy was rations.
Has rations.
you never need to.
I have rations.
But yes,
I get my own ration.
yes, we have been well supplied by deer bits.
Ugh.
Artoria just like leaves the camp.
Okay, I find a better camp, I guess.
Wow!
Wow. Hey guys, I'm looking at a D20. I'm holding a D20 right now. I promise you, there are other numbers other than 20 on that die.
Yeah,
Oh
but
man, I gotta roll them.
you're looking at a dice off of roll 20.
Yeah.
The name says to roll a 20.
Yeah.
I mean,
Especially
it's
when
all
I go in
there.
and like edit my client and like make it so it's only possible to roll. I mean, what?
You trace back about 40 feet, Artoria, and you find that ditch that the split wolves were laying in. And it's a small, either dug out or naturally into the ground that goes down about 10 feet. And there's about a sizable 20-foot concave dome. I think this might be a good place to sleep and hide.
guys!
Die!
As everyone's eardrums explode.
That was really forced.
We all jump a foot.
I would expect by this point the Kenku's like halfway up the tree that's next to the side of the road, and just hearing that makes him kind of lose his grip for half a second.
I found a camp.
Well, that's nice. I just need to go change my pants real quick.
By the way, this is a stump. I know it doesn't look like it, but that's a stump
Where?
by Rogue.
I choose to disbelieve that is a stump, and instead I believe this is some form of alien communication device. To be investigated at a later time. So,
What are you talking about? It's got a hole in the center of it, perfect for you to relieve yourself.
Yeah, it's a toilet.
One does not poop into an alien communication device.
It's just rude.
No, it just gives off a shitty signal.
Oh. Oh.
And with that, we're gonna take our break.
How does it feel, Casey?
That was so quick too.
You are welcome.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Well done.
We'll see you all back here in 5 minutes.
At the
To
same time, I'm not going to be shocked
contemplate-
if we don't see them all.
To contemplate life choices and debate whether we want to continue this campaign.
Thank you for the reminder. Obligatory stealth.
Obligatory stealth.
he's going. If you chop it up and feed it to someone, it would kill them slowly. Over time, it would do consistent damage for an extended period of time. He's taking the toxic essence out of. He's taking the toxic nature out of it, and blending it into a more concentrated version. And it's going to just do the burst of damage.
Yeah, that isn't going to be converting it into poison over the short term of like the long rest and that kind of stuff. He actually wants to keep it because of two reasons. One, if it continues to grow, that's more material over time for poisons. And two, same reason, just for healing. Though how long it's going to take to recover all of the stuff is beyond him. But yeah, no, he's not going to be turning it into like a weapon poison.
Okay.
If he does end up using it, he is going to use it, basically chop it up as like a vegetable, put it in someone's food.
And that handout is in your journal.
Okay.
That is actually, let me edit that quick. Cost to take in alchemy materials to make. There you go.
Awesome. So that's how much for one potion?
To make one potion, it would be more than that to buy. Double.
Yep. So, how much? Like, what's the gold piece cost for one vial?
Of
The
Like one glass vial.
vial of the essence of.
Oh, that will each of those vials. You can only make a potion out of one of the vials. So like you can't mix two together and get a potion. And get
So
more
like
out of it.
that. So it would be like.
So you can make two potions out of that.
Okay.
You can't make one. You can't pour them together and say one potion. You'll get one potion per essence.
Because I know like you gave like the gold piece value. Is the essence like included in that value?
Yes.
So that's why I was like, what's the gold piece value of a single essence of? Is that the full value or?
The additional gold piece is all of the components to brew it up after. The essence is required to make it.
Okay.
So
And-
it would be 600 gold pieces on top.
Yeah, that was the
Having
question.
this. The essence itself is about 100 gold pieces. Of that, the potion should cost about 14,000 gold. 1,400
Okay.
gold.
Ooh, pricey.
But you see the effect of it. So
Yes.
you can judge for yourself whether or not you think that's worth it. And some of the components you can find in nature. Some of it you will have to distill, like alchemist fluids.
She is not an alchemist.
Nope, but you have one in your party.
And empty glass vials are 1 gold, like a normal vial.
Mm-hmm.
So we will get
Yeah,
a bunch of those.
And if you don't, break your glass vials from the healing potions, because they are reusable.
Ooh. They're like bottle caps.
Healing potions? What are those? We don't have healing potions.
You have one healing potion.
We do have one.
With a single potion.
You know what I like? I like that we learned that we can draw essence from a living creature. So we're just gonna walk up behind people.
Poke.
Your essence.
It's not an instant draw. Prudence didn't just stab and have essence. It took a minute.
That's okay if they flop around for a while.
Not gonna lie, that might go against my alignment.
You know, you
Actually,
say that,
no,
then you
question.
turn into a demon creature.
Question.
Answer.
Would poking them with the needle wake them up from sleep?
Yes.
Because
I don't imagine
It's-
this needle being very small.
This is not like a little poke you in your shoulder for a vaccination needle. This is a spinal tap.
Could I combine it with sleight of hand to avoid waking them up from sleep?
This thing extends out to about a foot long. No.
Think
You're
bone
talking
marrow
about
zone.
jabbing something in its spine to
I
yank
stab
out
him with a
its-
dagger and keep him asleep.
You're talking about stabbing someone through
'Cause
their
that's where the
spine to get
magic-
the spinal fluid out.
That's where the magic is, in the spine.
Hey,
Hey,
you don't know.
Attack
It's
on
fine.
Titan.
If like one of us grabs their arms, one of us blindfolds them, one of us grabs their legs, another person pins them
Hey,
down.
Dan,
then
what's
we have
your
someone to
alignment
stab.
again?
Lawful neutral.
It's flexible.
As long as I stick true to my god's laws, which I'm pretty sure do not allow that.
Your god is true neutral, but I think she would take offense to you kidnapping and stabbing people's giant.
It'll help me get rid of the bad stuff.
Hey, look, would it be better if we don't kidnap them? We could do this in the comfort of their own home.
I mean, you got a rogue that can get you in.
Think
I
of
bet
it
if we open as a business, it'll be somebody who's curious enough to try it.
Here we go.
That's-
We open up our own acupuncture business.
I'll also say that as far as like
Question.
people go, you don't get much essence out of people.
No, but I'm just like.
What if I want to make some human scale mail?
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Hey, roll a
Don't do that
wisdom
one
saving
anymore.
roll a wisdom save for me real quick.
Bastard.
You don't know from where the source, but you feel like someone just backhanded you across the divide.
Are we all back?
What was your question, Prue?
I believe so.
Well, I was like. The extraction process doesn't kill people. Or creatures, right? It's just incredibly uncomfortable.
I mean,
Well, I mean, if we try to like jab a pixie, I'm sure it's not gonna.
You just eat them. I think it would fit into the needle.
The pixie is
if you
the essence.
stabbed a pixie who is under a foot tall with a foot-long needle, I'm pretty sure you're gonna start doing damage.
Just
Yes, but would it kill it?
I'm saying, like-
Potentially. I mean, there are medical procedures with needles that big and that long that they require you to be unconscious, because if they did it while you're awake, you would flail around and injure yourself to the point of death.
You know what? I bet we could do experimentation as we pass through the forest of the east. Let's try and capture a few alive, and we'll see how it goes.
Kenku's okay with this.
So now that we've had that terrifying conversation, man, I gave you a thing that's gonna be like, they'll play Monster Hunter and The Witcher, it'll be fun. Let's
and then
stab
human
It's just
scale
like-
mail.
Well,
Maybe
we're trying to
we
figure
could-
out the limitations.
Yeah,
Onward
because
to
I mean,
victory.
like, if we convince people, like, hey,
Think of it like a blood drive.
Hey, we'll pay you like 10 gold for the sake of science.
What we need to do is find some college kids.
They'll do anything for $20.
Yeah, you just have to use the word plasma.
Okay.
it's like, Yeah, we'll give you gold if you let us stick this needle into the back of your
The
skull.
Kenku does not know what plasma is.
So y'all are here having this discussion. Who wants to take first watch?
The
I will.
owl will take all watches as an assistance.
Sure. Payton, roll perception.
Owl? Or,
You. Owl's assisting.
yeah, that's what.
Because you're staring into the blackness of dark night.
Yes.
It's usually a disadvantage. The owl's giving you.
Oh,
sure.
right. Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, great. Your watch goes on. You think you hear another one of those split wolves as you're staring out. You hear the familiar. You brace yourself to start waking everyone up and watch as the form just kind of blurs well past your camp and vanishes into the night. They're fast little shits. The rest of your watch, however, goes on without incident.
Yay.
Who's taking next watch?
I will.
Okay. Whoever's taking it, roll perception. 20. The starry sky of the clear day, the clear night rather, starts to give way to clouds. Of course, watch. You have a feeling there may be rain in the future. But other than that, your watch goes on without incident as well. Third watch.
I'll go.
Perception.
Open sheet. There we go.
You look out over the darkened fields and watch as the clouds more thick and consistent. And by the time you all wake up, there is a low-hanging mist in the air. And as you all start to rouse and pack up camp, that mist turns into a slow drizzle.
Kenku pulls his hood up a little bit tighter.
All right. Are we getting into the forest?
You have about 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You have about 2 days of travel before you can really breach the forest.
Well, let's get this underway, and of course, keep an eye towards the hills for more of them giant kin.
And you do. Whoever's taking watch for this now rainy, miserable day, please go
Kenku
ahead.
and the owl.
Kenku and the owl.
Let's see. This is perception at advantage. Holy shit, that's horrible. Owl, you failed me.
You're all good.
Nice.
The heavy clouds, and as the day goes on, the slight drizzle becomes a pretty steady downpour.
My favorite. I feel my mushrooms growing.
Prue has her puts her metal arm into her bag just in case.
Okay. No lightning and thunder yet, but never know.
Okay.
If anyone wants to stop and have conversation while you're traveling, feel free.
Just
First.
mostly looking out for more plants. Like those red flower plants, that kind of thing.
Or as
Since
an
we
as
seem
an
to be
ex
in that area.
as an expert herbologist, I will assist in that endeavor.
Rogue, you can roll as well,
Oh,
Perception.
certainly.
specifically for looking out at the plants. Disadvantage because of the downpour.
Disadvantageously perceptionized. I has a 12.
You come across other reddish flowers, but upon looking at them, they're just pretty flowers. They're not the augur that you're looking.
Yep. Let's see if the Kenku notices anything. 20? Because of the normal utilization. because of the
Unfortunately, you don't find any either.
damage? Dang.
It's not a particularly common plant.
Common or not, I figured over a day's worth of travel we might see one.
Well, makes sense that they not be able to be seen from the road, or else everybody would be picking them. Perhaps when we travel more into the woods.
Kenku shrugs. Goes back to seeing through wind.
You do have finding a what amounts to a very valuable plant on the side of the road is fairly lucky. Actually, for this day of travel, Snap, roll another nature check.
Wunderbar!
Live, little plant.
No.
No!
Unfortunately, your little plant is not doing too good.
It is what it is. If the plant dies, the roots are still salvageable.
If it dies, it dies.
You keep trying to feed it water from the storm, but it's become so wet that it's becoming oversaturated.
Kenku's just doing what he thinks is right. Kenku's not experienced with plants.
But as the sun hidden behind the dense clouds start to set, you all think you should set up a camp.
Yeah, I would say since it's raining so heavily, stop a little early and make sure we find high ground. We want to make sure we don't be caught in one of them fleshy floods.
As you are now shifting off the road and towards flatlands, finding high ground may prove challenging. You'll have to have someone go out and search.
Perhaps someone who only knows how to roll 20.
Or someone
I'll
with a
go
bird.
hunt for food and look for a better spot.
I will
Hunt
accompany
may be
to
a strong word.
Yeah, I will accompany to assist
Okay.
if that is possible.
So
Appreciated.
roll survival at advantage as you're being aided. Okay. You do find a small hill that breaks up the even expanse a few miles away from where you were setting down. But more importantly, and Rogue, you've never been able to witness this before. The hunting methods of the Paladin. And it's terrifying. It's just like when you think about hunting an animal, you set a trap and wait for it to come and spring and then kill it mercifully. And then feed upon it. You watch Artoria just walking through this field and take her, stab it into the ground, and come up with a squirrel or a rabbit just on her sword. And by the time you've gotten all set up at your camp, she's got like 5 rabbits just strung across her greatsword.
I was personally expecting that your method was more of that insistent duel effect that you had used a couple of times in my presence, so I'm somewhat familiar with it, and where you basically challenge the deer and then it run at you and you kill it. This ability of yours where you just stab the ground, that is some scary ass shit right there.
Huh. I never thought to do that. That's a great idea, Rogue.
Oh dear.
And that's exactly what's going to happen in the forest, I'm sure. Oh dear.
Time to compel duel a bear and hunt it. Not that I need to, it would fucking come at me.
Yeah, I mean, bear maybe not so much run away, but...
Fucking Artoria is just like, come at me, bear! And then it turns around and she sees the beak. Please don't come at me!
Owl bear.
What did we name the owl? I can't remember anymore.
Thorbin!
Thorben!
How do you forget Thorbin?
Because it's been like at least 4 months since we ended that game.
I'm gonna have to get Thorbin back.
Does anyone else do wandering searchy stuff? I know our druid cleric is nature-y.
Yes, I am.
Are you harvesty nature-y? Should we be having you do searchy stuff?
I am proficient in all sorts of plant finding and extracting.
Ooh. And dissecting.
Yes.
Just like people.
Not gonna let that one down, are you, Keith?
Nope. He studied anatomy on mandrakes. I'm learning.
Just be careful when he starts to heal you and he calls your feet the roots.
Yes.
I played a grave cleric once, and in order to heal people, I would kill them with a ceremonial dagger so that my healing was always maxed. That was a good time.
Yep, that sounds about right. Hold on, I'm helping! Shank!
Yep.
Wood down to 1 HP. This will make things better, I swear! You're just like slitting their throats.
Yikes. It was my
Just trust me. Stab, 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 stab.
Someone you just...
Right. So we're camping?
Camping.
Good. Camping.
I'll take first watch.
Owl will still assist through the night.
Roll for perception. As you try to peer out across the now damp plains, you're not too far away from them, so you're not that bad, but there's a wide open expanse of darkness and high grass. It's fairly hard to make out shapes through the storm. Luckily, your watch comes to an end. Hopefully.
Next.
Yeah, Kenku will help, or we'll do watch.
Okay. Perception?
Yep, using the owl since all that jazz at normal. I would like to state that during his watch he has his hood up and he's trying to remain quiet and still and stealthed.
Got it.
8.
Just like Obelisk, it's seeing out here just into the darkness of moving grass to see if it's a creature or just a shift of the wind, and often you'll get up and go searching through it only to find out that it was a fox or something making its way through. nearby your camp that was causing the grass to shift. But your watch also comes to an end uneventful.
Can I kill said fox?
Sure.
Sweet.
Roll and attack roll.
21 for 17 points.
Yeah, it's a fox. You shish kebab it.
Good. Breakfast.
Okay.
Brings it back to camp. Goes back to being stealth for the rest of his watch.
Okay. Who's taking the last watch?
I'll go for it.
Alright. Perception.
Yes, well, Paladin and I is playing a game of dragon chess, which occupies most of our attentions.
Yep. And you all wake up to see that Rogue is asleep.
Sleep is a technical term for alert.
Yeah.
Alert with his eyes closed and a bubble coming out of his nose.
Yep. The owl is just sitting on top of his head.
Oh, the worst alarm clock ever. Shocking grasp to the top of the head.
As much as you just gave me the temptation, I'm not going to do it.
Alright, so, perception on the travel now through the open plains.
Yep. Is it still raining?
It is still raining.
Okay, so this is still going to be at normal.
Yep.
9.
Now that we are off the road, I will keep eye out for ingredients to use in brewing supplies and alchemy.
Okay, let's make this a survival check.
Woo, Augie.
Give me a second. Now I have to roll. Wow. Of 66s, 4 of them were 6s, one of them was...
I'll take it.
So... You, as you're walking... most of the day you don't see anything. Just the standard grass and shrubbery and the occasional tree, rock. Nearing the end, and by the time the sun's gone, it's starting to get low in the sky, around maybe 4 in the afternoon, you do come to a wall of trees that start at the beginning of this forest that will have a name, but next session. I forgot that forests need names.
The Forest of Doom.
That's this one.
Forest of Less Doom.
Right near the entrance, just maybe about 100 feet off of the beginning of the forest, you do spy another bright red flower bursting out of a bush. It is another auger lily.
Okay. I will harvest it.
Harvest
The whole
away.
plant.
Give me the
Give
plant.
me the plant.
Give me the plant.
Speaking of, do I need to make another nature check for today as well?
Yes, you do.
Better.
Okay. You managed to keep it out of the rain, and let it use all the water that's in the dirt around it. You take some of the old dirt out and replace it, trying to give it some more nutrients. Maybe even stuff like a little jerky just in the dirt. I don't know. Maybe it'll break down and help. Who knows? Plants. It does start to get some color back in the small, in the small wooden stump that was the plant. So it's not dead.
Nice.
How much of the
Roll with your alchemist kit with wisdom again
Okay.
to snip. Okay, you once again you manage to get the plant out of the ground. This time, seeing that snap is saving the roots, you just pull the whole thing out of the ground, and without damaging any of the delicate petals that are on this plant. You've had to store it in the saddlebags very carefully, but you have another 30 gold worth of materials for brewing healing potions, and another 10 gold worth of materials for poisons out of the roots.
Nice.
Okay. Also, in seeing Snap's root not faring too well, I'm gonna take a couple of my mushrooms I have growing on me and crumble them up into like a compost and give them for the soil because it will help the plant survive.
Okay, and that'll help. That will give you advantage on your next to keep them alive.
Nice.
Let's go on over. Teamwork.
Hey, speaking of such teamwork, Artoria, I has a question for you. You seem rather adept at the hunting of small, innocent, furry, and helpless animals. I was curious if that extended to the larger and more vicious varieties. Would you say that looking at this expanse of wood, there were any particular trails that we should follow to find the quarry that is a little more challenging than that poor bunny rabbit that you just speared again? How do you do that?
And as Artoria, you look down at your sword, there's a bunny at the end of the sword. It's on your back, sheathed.
I swear that I heard it scream out, "I can't take it anymore," as it on your sword.
Huh. Haven't seen that one yet. But
Artoria, roll a survival check.
yeah. As anybody or Rogue, are you going to help me with my hunt?
Oh, of course. I will certainly assist, as will Paladin.
Roll with advantage. You notice on one of the nearby trees, a few trees into the forest itself, you notice some of the bark has been ripped off the side of a tree. In a line that is about maybe a half a foot thick, bark has just been pulled off of the tree. You see pieces of it around the trunk. Something has bumped into this and just pulled off.
Oh yes, the dire rabbit.
It's about maybe 7 feet off the ground.
Oh.
Being that I've spent most of my early years in the woods, is it something that I would recognize?
Roll a nature check. It's not something you recognize, which kind of disturbs you. You're very used to the natural habits of animals, and beasts. Nothing you can think of would make a track into a tree like this. Most creatures would claw down the side of a tree or rub against it and push large sections of bark. Not this single gash into it.
Okay, so upon further investigation, is it a groove that would have been made by a scale, or is there something that's in the bark?
This will be an investigation.
Well, that's not good.
You don't know.
Okay.
Well, this is intriguing, and I suspect a creature which you cannot identify would certainly be worth more than a commonplace one. So perhaps we could pursue this, and rather than it come upon us unawares, mayhap we will come upon it unawares.
Yep. I say we go for it.
Oh, that's what we're out here for, isn't it?
Oh yes, prophet.
Monster hunters extraordinaire.
Let's go hunting.
My scout flies is all abuzz.
And
Oh, so is that the great sword I have? Can I?
And on that note of the term hunting, Kenku's going invisible.
Instant kill mode activate.
And I think, guess we're missing party members. We will end it there, and we will have the next session be the trip into the woods.
Sounds good.
We've been playing for 3.5 hours.
Yep.
Yep.
Thank you.
Oh, yay!
See everyone
Good
in
session, everybody.
2 for